All right, we are live.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Happy 420 Cannabis Connoisseurs. Welcome, everybody, to live. We're just going to wait for a couple of minutes until we are officially at 420. But as of the moment, you're here with Jessica, with Jessica's Backdoor Marketing. And we have today two amazingly special people. I want to introduce Miss Ellcee. Ellcee Love is the CEO of Regeneration CBD, and this is Joseph de la Cruz, COO of Regeneration CBD. Welcome, guys.
Hello,
Thank you.
everyone. Thank you. Great to be
Welcome.
here. Happy Friday. Happy 420.
Happy 420.
Yeah.
Happy everything.
Happy 418, but it will be 420 soon.
Celebrate twice.
So, I do want to start out with a little bit of introduction. So if you guys would like to just go through, who is Ellcee? Who is Joseph?
Yeah.
I'm the founder of and CEO of Regeneration CBD. Helping is my passion. I've been extremely passionate about helping people for a very long time, and I found this source. And
Yeah.
speaking on camera is my least favorite thing, so please be gentle.
Yes, and my name's Joseph de la Cruz. I'm an actor, author, entrepreneur. Wrote a book about spirituality here, and found Ellcee and her wonderful company, and it aligns with a lot of principles that I'm looking to share with everyone in the world here. So we're really excited to be here and just celebrate with you a moment of life. We're so grateful for everything that has been placed in front of us, so continue on.
I'm super happy to have you guys. So give me a little bit of background on what Regeneration CBD is. For our viewers.
So Regeneration was started to target serious illness and to be just a powerhouse in that space, to go after
A whole host of different illnesses, inflammation, general well-being maintenance.
with the understanding that we make no promises and we don't know, but what we've seen in this space is really quite miraculous.
So just a preface there, because of some legal restrictions around the medical implications of CBD, we're going to go ahead and just give a blanket statement and say, although we are not allowed to legally say that there are any actual medical implications to CBD, we do have a lot of testimonials, and we can just go ahead and start with that. Do you want to share some testimonials as to
Yeah.
what CBD has done for people?
Yeah, I think one of the first most powerful testimonials that we have, that is also what started me going into the higher milligrams as well, was we just started, and we had 1111 was our strongest, so 1,111 milligrams was our strongest formula, and a very dear friend of mine, his mom was diagnosed with terminal breast cancer, and they gave her 6 months to live with treatment, with chemo, and I had no idea what the CBD was going to do for her, but here, if this can help, great, let me send this to you. So I sent her a bottle of the 1111 milligrams, and in 2 months, not only was the cancer completely in remission, but also the chemo, because she was in treatment as well, the doctors couldn't believe that the cells that are normally destroyed by chemo were remaining healthy. And we've seen that in multiple people, so it's such a beautiful space to be able to share.
So for those viewers that are not familiar with CBD, which I'm sure most viewers are familiar with CBD, so just bear with us, because I would like to define for those people who do not know what the benefits of CBD are and what makes it different from a cannabinoid.
So CBD is derived from the hemp plant, and it's an isolated molecule. So there's full spectrum CBD, full spectrum hemp oil. CBD isolate is different. It's isolating just that molecule that is the most powerful healing part of the entire plant, and it's just capturing that one molecule, and then we mixed it with MCT oil to create just a very digestible, easy to use, powerful formula to help bring your body into alignment and balance and health.
So what is it that separates Regeneration CBD from all of the other CBDs? Because I know that as our viewers are well acquainted with CBD, most of our viewers are going to be well acquainted with CBD. I know that there's still going to be a lot of people going, what's the difference between this one and all the other ones on the market? Although I do know that there's a big difference.
So CBD in and of itself is absolutely amazing. Like, I would call it God's blood, and I am not religious at all. Zero religion. I'm not religious at all. I would call it God's blood as the source energy, the most healing thing that I've come in contact with. We take our CBD and also charge it with frequencies. So I learned about frequency healing through Dr. Emoto, and he's a scientist. There are many, many experiments that have been done to show how powerful energy is and frequency is to be able to change the molecular structure of something to bring it to its highest healing form. So we charge it with frequency, with 5 to 8 hertz, which is a vibration of love, and it's being used in surgeries as well right now. And then we also set intentions, and there's sacred geometry all over the bottle. The lotus flower is there also to like remind you, the people that understand the lotus flower is something that it's this beautiful flower that is birthed from the murk, from this nutty place that is ugly and doesn't feel good, and here comes this beautiful flower, and that's what I feel like so many of us are. We feel like we're very overwhelmed with life or illness or these things, and I want this product to show you that there's light.
That's beautiful. It's like risen from the ashes.
You can come out of this into an exquisite, healthy, happy, joyful, clear mind set. Yeah.
So just touching on that, because I know that before the interview started, you guys, she shared with me something that I had no idea. I thought this was very cool. Speaking of rising from the muck, you mentioned that they've used plant. I'm going to butcher this. You go ahead and say it. They could plant plants.
So Chernobyl, right? There's this example. They're planting hemp in this space in the ground because it pulls all the toxins from the earth, and this plant will hold it to protect you. I think it's the most powerful plant that there probably is out there. It's why it's very, very important if you're going to smoke, THC or CBD, any of it, to get it from an organic space, because this plant is like a sponge. So it's beautiful. It will pull all the toxins out, thank you, and it holds it in itself, but then also you don't want to now use that or ingest that because now that's toxic.
Right. So what is it that drew both of you guys? Because both of you obviously have a love and a passion for the industry, the product, the wellness, the healing space. What is it that brought you guys to CBD?
CBD came to me through my daughter. So my daughter she was 25 at the time, and she lived in Mammoth, and she called me and said she was coming to LA, and she's bringing this CBD oil to her grandmother, who had issues with her eyes, and the pressure in her eyes was building so quickly that she was told she would lose her vision within 6 months.
Wow.
And so my daughter, just learning about this CBD that I'd never heard of, she's driving to LA, great, I get to see my daughter, and here she's doing something to help her grandmother. And while she was here during that visit, she started her period. And when she has her period, she was laid out for 2 days. My precious baby cannot move. Like, she has a fever, she is dizzy, she sees stars, and it's heartbreaking, when that's your child. And we've been through so many doctors, and nobody has anything that they could do, nothing that they could do to help that space. So she was like, okay, I'm here, I've got this oil, and let me just rub some on my stomach, and let's see what happens. And she called me, and she was crying, and I was like, what? She's not a crier at all. My daughter's pain tolerance, of abnormal pain tolerance, because she's been used to being in pain her whole life.
Yeah.
So she calls me crying, and I'm like, what's wrong? And she said, nothing's wrong, Mom. She said, the pain is gone. She said, I put this stuff on me, I was laying in bed, and I was in so much pain, I rubbed this oil on me, and the pain is gone. And that got my attention.
Right.
So I really started learning about CBD after that, and I would post her story and anybody else's story on my Facebook wall. And I found a friend of mine had a company, and I would drive all the way to Huntington Beach, and I would buy his products, and I would drive it around to my different friends and get there. I don't know how this is going to help you, but let's see. And the responses that we were getting were just mind-blowing.
Little did you know you were going to start a company.
Absolutely.
And then have all these testimonials.
Yes.
Yeah.
I had no intention really of starting a company, but and yet as my passion grew and my knowledge grew of this amazing molecule that has basically no negative side effects and helps on almost everything, because it goes to your CB1 and CB2 receptors, which are, your endocannabinoid system. And your endocannabinoid system brings your body into alignment, into balance. It's your communication source, basically. And so it goes to the CBD, goes to the receptors in your body, and it cleans them. So where you might be screaming at each other because you're not communicating here, it allows them to hear each other. But, oh, you need something over here. Oh, you're a little lacking over here. I'm going to help bring your body into balance. So CBD is not going all over your body fixing things. It's going directly to the source to allow your body to naturally heal itself. It's an incredible, beautiful molecule.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Miss Ellcee, medicine woman and wellness guru, if I have not mentioned before. Let me go ahead and check the sound. I'm going to check in with a couple of people on our live and just make sure that everybody can hear us, because I don't want them to miss a minute. Pardon me for my close-up here, guys. All right, can everybody hear us? Okay, you said well said. That alone lets me know that they can hear us. Perfect. Okay, and then Joseph, do you want to give us your background on CBD and how you guys, actually let's go from that into, I would love to know how you guys met and how these two forces kind of combined.
Yes, well, my story kind of begins when my mom got sick. She was diagnosed with breast cancer almost 9 years ago, and she had a complication with her first chemo treatment. Her intestine ruptured. It was really hard. It was really painful, and with chemotherapy, we're always looking for something that can help protect the body. We kind of know that the radiation comes in there to kill the cancer, but it also does harmful effects to the body. So with that, background, I was just trying to help find another way that we can heal people, and any new techniques, medicines, plant extracts that would help just to prevent the pain and heartbreak that myself and my family and my sister went through with anyone else. That's really a motivating factor to me, to just help people alleviate their suffering.
Absolutely.
So, and then, life brought us together. I came over to Elcee's house for a birthday party, and she mentioned, in passing, that she was looking for someone to help run her company. And I'm an entrepreneur. I've done, a few startups in the past, and as an author on a book on spirituality, we're also looking to integrate the mind, body, spirit connection with wellness. So this product really was, I could believe in it, the energy and the intention behind the product is what really drove me to it. So after a few conversations and just getting to know each other, we realized that this would be a beautiful team, and we could really help people on a lot of levels.
So I know that you guys are working on a lot of different wellness modalities. I would love to know what other things you're working on right now. I know a few of them, and there are things to come. But for now, I would love to hear in your own words what you guys have all going on. There are a lot of moving parts to you.
Yeah. Even just this home is a space where I open it up. If you're in LA or in the area, if anybody needs like one-on-one conversation, you might not even. How do I say it? I never know what's going to come out. Just you coming in and having a conversation often leads to people leaving the house with quite changed lives. It's a blessing. Thank you, Spirit. We have a vibro acoustic sound lounge, which is an amazing technology, and it stops your fight or flight. So it allows you to respond versus react. And it's also technology that we use with our CBD. We charge our CBD with this technology as well.
You mentioned 528 hertz, and you mentioned that it was a love frequency. And just going along with healing frequencies, I am a huge fan of healing frequencies and all things vibroacoustic sound lounge related. For those of us who don't know, I guess, could you explain what that all means in terms of frequency and energy, what that means in layman's terms? So we can understand
what all of it means, because
Lord,
it's
right.
limitless.
Right. But why infuse the CBD with these frequencies?
Because we're changing the molecular structure, and your body already has CBD. So even on the back of the bottle, it says, "Thank you, we love you, tell your friends." I'm actually not talking to you. I'm talking to the molecules. And I want the molecules to come into your body and talk to them. Hey, look, we got you. Like, I know you've been through a lot. You're breathing air that's toxic. You're drinking water that's probably not the best for you. You're eating food that isn't good for you. We're coming in and we're your team. You know, we're your team to make you all healthy, and we got this.
Yeah.
The 5 to 8 hertz you're asking about.
Yes.
So 5 to 8 hertz is another thing too, where I really recommend for people to put on when you go to sleep at night, or say you have a child, or maybe you're about to have a conversation with your husband. It's a little rough, and you're like, okay, this might go a little wonky. I'm going to put on this frequency music, and this frequency music is going to literally calm my body and allow my body to have a nice conversation, as opposed to being reactive. It changes the molecular structure of your body, and you can look up Dr. Emoto to understand the science behind what it's doing. There's so much. It's a newer technology, and there's so many things that are coming out all the time. But I feel like we're just at this like turning point in life where we're looking coming out of pharmaceuticals for our fix for everything, and coming into holistic healing and different holistic modalities. And frequency is a really great place to start, because your body vibrates. We're all vibrational creatures. So if you can have that space where your body is vibrating on the healthiest, most loving space, and 5 to 8 hertz, and frequency of love, there's nothing stronger than love, right? So I've had a friend who has a CBD company. He's a scientist as well, and he would always want, when I met him, he said, all I want to do is I want to argue with people all the time. And I was like, I want to argue with people. Normally my answer would be like, oh, take our CBD, but he has a CBD company, so
right.
Okay, you're already doing that. So I said, try this, listen to this music at night. And I saw him like 2 months later, and he said, let me tell you, I pay attention to everything I do in my life. I eat the same food, I have the same routine. The only thing that's changed in my life is I started listening to this music. And he said, I no longer have the desire to hurt somebody. He said, I'm so frustrated with dumbing down my conversation to people, because, he's an analytical mind and highly intelligent. And he said, his frustration would get so much that he would want to get violent.
Right.
And he's like, the only thing that's changed is listening to this frequency, and I am calm now. And you could feel it in him. So it's powerful. It's a beautiful energy.
And these are the frequencies that you infuse into the Regeneration CBD.
Right.
So let's talk about using CBD as a tool. When do you use it? Do you use it daily? Can I take too much?
When to use it. So our recommendation is 3 pumps in the morning and 3 pumps at night. And your body, most things that you ingest, your body flushes it through very quickly. It holds on to CBD. It's like, oh, I want you here. Great, thank you. So it's good for everybody. And like I said, the air we breathe, the water we drink, they're not so great. So the 333 milligrams is perfect for just general health maintenance. The 777 milligrams is great for anxiety or just stress, sleep issues, things like that. 1111 is great with chronic pain, inflammation. And we never know, no promises.
Right.
But and then we have the highest strength, so it's just the 33, the 55, and the 88. And I know that sounds complicated with all of those numbers, but they're angel numbers, and there's intention in that. And it's really to remind you that the spirit is there. Whatever that is for you, there is a higher source. At least most people believe there's a higher power out there. It's more than just us out there. And this is a reminder that you're not alone, that we got you. And you can look at the bottles to see which one is kind of right for you, depending on what's happening in your body. If you're a pretty healthy person, the 333 is perfect. And then it's like, if you have a serious illness, the higher strength you can go, the better.
Can I take too much?
No, your body can't take too much. Your body might flush it out, if your receptors are off.
So I'm watching this video right now. I absolutely love Miss Ellcee. I absolutely love Mr. Joseph. I want the product right now. If I'm going to buy one bottle, which strength would you recommend? Now, I understand also that it is a somewhat substantial price point because it's so effective. But if I'm going to buy one good middle ground bottle to start with, what would you suggest could be a general use for everybody across the board?
So you could do the 11-11 and take it, start it out. So maybe there's a little stress in your life. Maybe there's a crazy person at work that you deal with and you're like, oh, the person makes me angsty. So you're taking a little bit more. But the 11-11, you can start out and you can take 3 in the morning, 3 at night, see how you feel. Maybe you feel excellent, so you can drop it down. And you're only doing 2 now. So you can take that 1 bottle and you can draw that out for a few months, with 1 bottle. And it's more cost effective to do that than, to do the others. The higher strikes are really targeted for more serious illness. They're not needed for most people that just have, normal aches and pains and things like that. The 11-11 is great with PTSD also, and a lot of PTSD is, that's trauma from childhood, things that you don't even realize, oh wow, that was trauma,
Right.
that happened, I don't think about that being as trauma, but your mom yelled at you all the time, that's trauma,
Right.
And you don't realize necessarily that's triggering you. So taking the CBD helps you to calm down and not be so reactive to people when they're doing things that they don't even realize, and you don't even realize you're being reactive.
Right.
It just helps you be calm.
I'm going to check in with our viewers really quickly just to make sure that we are still all good. I hate to miss anything mid-conversation. All right, everybody, thumbs up. We good going? All right, CJ Malone, thank you so much for checking in here. All right, guys, so I did notice actually I did want to touch on some of the beautiful detail in the bottle. There's sacred geometry, there's angels, there's numerology. Would you kind of explain why you chose these things?
Literally everything we've done is with intention. From the fact that we use the isolates with MCT oil, so it is tasteless. And my thought behind it was that, if there's a child that's already ill, and they're already taking all these medicines, and they don't taste good, and I don't want to create anything in their life that is going to create more unhappiness. Exactly. So it's virtually tasteless, Even the top that we chose is not a dropper top, because you might drop that and spill this precious medicine, this precious molecule.
Right.
Can't say medicine.
Holistic medicine.
Yeah, holistic. Energy. And then the sacred geometry is because everything's talking to you and talking to the CBD, and it's creating as much healing energy as possible as I could possibly think of to put on that bottle. I put it on that bottle. There's the seed of life, because everything's a new beginning, and there's a crescent moon, because again, it's new beginnings. It's Regeneration is the name of the company. It's letting you know, no matter where you are, you don't have to stay there.
Right.
There is a new opportunity for you to live a healthy, happy, sweet life.
And there's I know that you guys are also there's other benefits to Regeneration CBD that you had mentioned to me before. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
So yeah, I think with Regeneration, the intention, and what we're trying to do is bring in the full mind, body, spirit awareness. So every time you use Regeneration CBD, not only are you getting the benefits of the molecule itself, but with the intentions of the design of the bottle, the seed of life, Om on there. It's a reminder, again, that your angels are with you, and that also we tap into the power of the mind and the heart to harmonize the body. Your intentions, touching back on Dr. Emoto and his work, goes to the intentions of your thoughts really affect the chemistry in your body. We're made of 70%-ish water, so what you think over and over and over will manifest the flight or fight responses. We are trying to reduce stress by also encouraging you to choose a new thought every time you take the bottle. And we engage the mind and the heart as well as the molecule to really bring about a complete state of wellness. So that's another thing that sets us apart, is we're in this other space using new technologies, the spirit, and we're just really harnessing all of that.
Yeah, also, on our Facebook page, which is the primary platform that I use, I'm always posting different links to, vibrational healing, or different meditations, or speakers, or anything to help really bring your mind, body, and soul into that space of health and give you just as many different directions of healing tools as possible, because this is amazing for your body and it helps to clear your mind, but there are so many other things. So I really want to be a platform for offering as many different healing modalities as we can.
I have a good feeling you will be. And then, Joseph, do you want to talk about your book a little bit? I know you mentioned that you were an author, really sort of in passing, but I would love to dig into that a little bit more.
So that's another reason why I'm here. So I wrote a book, and this was after my mother passed away. Of course, a young kid without a mom, he's trying to find direction in this world. So yeah, it's and this is for families out there as well. But I chose to go on a journey of South America for 1 year, and I took a one-way trip. I landed in Bogota, Colombia, and luckily I speak Spanish, and I got lost on the adventure. And what I was really trying to do there is find my mom again. I had a feeling she was out there, her spirit was somewhere. So I had to go on an adventure and kind of forget everything that I had been conditioned and taught, because what I had been taught no longer held true in this new world I was looking for, this new relationship. So I did this long adventure. You can read all about it, but it culminated in a book called Paths to Pachamama. And Pachamama simply means Earth Mother in the Quechua language of the Andes people. And it's their name for source energy, for spirit, for universe. And for me, I was looking with it for a new relationship with the world around me. In Pachamama, I found Mother, Mom, Pacha, Earth. And it's a way to come back to our center, to the earth, to respect the earth. And it also goes into a lot of the scientific studies of quantum mechanics and all this stuff that really show intention, consciousness, create your world. So it's putting that energy into these bottles as well. So it's a story of two people, myself and another gentleman, Simon, who lives in Bruges, Belgium. And we meet on the road, and it's two different stories about our journey to understanding a greater awareness in the world. And it kind of shows us that no matter our unique paths, we're all on the same journey together.
That sounds absolutely beautiful. I can't wait to read it. I'm definitely going to be linking the book. So if you guys are actually interested in reading his book, which I certainly am, I'm going to be posting the link to it down below. Also, I know you do something with a ding, and I'd love you to explain this.
Yeah, well, so the handful of things before we get to the ding, I just want to remind people, ask for what you want, but choose your words very wisely. So really think about your thoughts and your words and what do you want, because you're manifesting your reality. And to come into the ding, so every time you hear a ding, you get a text message, if somebody else gets a text message, every time you hear a ding, think, I love me, I love us. I love me, I love us. You're recreating neural pathways in your brain because we have been programmed, television and the news and all these things we're seeing and hearing to not love ourselves so much. Because the thing is the more we love ourselves and know that that's healthy, we can say, I love me, I'm awesome. You know, the more powerful and sovereign beings that we are, and also the more we don't need to take anything, because we will bring ourselves into full body health just by knowing we're love. We are love energy incarnate.
I know that there's going to be a whole slew of things that I would have wished that I had asked you along the way, so I'm just going to ask you guys now. Is there anything you guys want to share?
Again, for us, our target is serious illness, and please don't look at a price and think, oh my God, I can't afford that. That is brings me terror. You know, if you are a mom and your child is ill and you see this and you're like, this can help me, please message us. We want to help. We have sponsorship forms. I'll give it to you. I really don't care. The intention of the company is to get it to you. And yes, it's a company platform, but really helping is our passion. And so however we can help, don't ever be afraid. Ask and you shall receive is a very real thing. So please do that.
And how can people drop in with you on a daily basis? I know that you mentioned something very cool you do. She's very involved in the community, guys, and she has a lot of things she does to give back. So if you guys want to, how about just share?
So,
what all you do.
Yeah, I would love, so, there's so much happening right now. First of all, if you can, turn the news off.
Yeah, turn the news off.
It would be a really great start for your health. But every day, if you put a reminder on your phone at 10:10 in the morning, at 3:33 in the afternoon, and 9:09 at night, and just drop into a meditation. And all that means, it doesn't need to be overcomplicated, is just stop, sit down in a comfortable place, close your eyes, and spend 1 minute thinking of what are you grateful for. Thank you, air. Bring it to the basics. Thank you, air. And then spend 1 minute asking for what you want, because you get to do that. You get to do that. I want all the resources that I want and need to live my highest, most beautiful life now, and to help others. And then spend 1 minute and quiet your minds and allow God to talk. Because that, or source, or universe, or whatever you want to call it. Again, not religious.
Pachamama.
Yeah, Pachamama.
Pachamama.
Absolutely. Yes. Because that is the difference between prayer and meditation. Is because meditation is communication. It's communication between you and source. And that's where you're going to slow down and get information and downloads. And look for the signs. Ask for signs and look for the signs. Don't be afraid to do that. A lot of religion says, oh, that's okay. If you're asking for a sign, that means you don't have faith. That's crazy. You can be like, you know what? I'm a little insecure right now. I'm not sure which path to go. Ask for a sign. Ask to see hearts. Ask to see whatever your thing is.
Ask to hear a ding.
Ask to hear a ding. Ask to see an elephant. Like, you can make it weird and it'll come to you and you will be like, how did that happen? But you'll know that there's a higher power out there that is here and is here to support. So
I love how much your message right now ties into your book, and it just seems like you guys have found such a beautiful synergy within each other. I absolutely love what both of you are doing. Guys, I'm going to be linking all of the resources, all the information for Regeneration CBD, all of your social media, all of the book links, all resources possible will be linked below. Do not forget to subscribe to both these beautiful souls channels. Yeah. Is there anything you want to share?
I'm just so grateful to be here. I want to thank all the viewers. This is a wonderful opportunity, and really our motivation is love. I mean, that's it. We want to spread the positive vibes so we can all play, have fun, enjoy life, and learn a few things along the way.
Okay, so I would like to touch real quickly. There's a lot happening in California right now. The fires are insane. It's a massive wake-up call for everybody to start thinking about how did it come to you and where's it going to go after you. And I invite you all to join Heal Our Earth campaign. Heal Our Earth campaign, aka the Marshmallow Effect, on Facebook. And there's a video. You can watch the video and get a little deeper understanding. I would invite you to live it, learn it, and share it because we need you.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank
Absolutely beautiful, amazing job. You guys, again, links are all going to be down below. Thank you to our viewers, everybody who's been here with us, everybody who will see this video posting. You're going to be able to subscribe to our YouTube channels, all of our social media. Thank you so much for being here. Mwah.
Thank you all.
Thank you guys.
Enjoy your Friday and weekend.
Happy everything.
Until next time.
All right. Ciao, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Are you sure?